Hello, I'm Madeline Zimmer, and today I'll be showing and talking about my purpose scenario, which is a year-long project. My purpose scenario was about the comparison of digital art and traditional art. Let's get started. For a quick summary of my project, I had to draw an art piece traditionally and then draw the same piece but digitally. I repeated the process again with a new art piece, and then compared both processes to see which one I liked better. The first piece consisted of a man showing a book to a child in a library. This is the traditional version. This right here is my digital version. The second piece had a boy looking through glass in a cave with a sleeping girl. This was the traditional version. And this was my digital version. The program I used for the digital art, Procreate, had an automatic time-lapse feature. So here's the time-lapse of the library piece. And here is the time-lapse for the cave piece. So the process I used for the traditional piece was a bit like this. I started with a base sketch for the head. I then added details to the sketch. I erased the sketch with an eraser. I lined the erased sketch with marker, and then colored into the lines with marker, and finally added white gel pen for highlights to get a product close to the drawing on screen. For my digital process, I started by creating a sketch with a pencil brush, created a new layer over the sketch, made the line art using a pen brush, filled in the drawing on another layer for a base, and to end, colored in the drawing with a marker brush to get a piece with the same type of process as the one on screen. The supplies and brushes I used for the digital part was a 2160 pixel by 1620 pixel canvas, a 6B pencil brush, a studio pen brush, a marker brush, Procreate, an iPad, and an Apple Pencil. And for traditional, I used a sketchbook, an HB mechanical pencil, a polymer eraser, a black liner marker, a white gel pen, and Uhuhu alcohol markers. Now time for the comparison of both my projects. Some of the pros I had for the traditional version were that there were in-person copies, that it was portable, it was less expensive up front, and you don't need power to do it. Now some of the cons of the traditional version are that there are limited colors, it's a smaller choice of the supplies, it's harder to erase, there's no 100% way to undo a mistake, and the price gets expensive over time. For the pros of the digital art, I put that there are unlimited colors, there's a large range of brushes, it's really easy to erase, you're able to undo anything, and there are ways to move parts of the art. Some of the cons, though, for digital include that there are no in-person copies without buying them. It needs power to operate, it's expensive at the start, and the tip for the stylus needs replacements. Overall, I think digital art is the easier one to use because of the range and amount of colors, the multiple ways to undo mistakes, the easiness to erase, the many ways to edit an art piece, and the price over time. I also believe that the first piece came out better on the traditional version, and the second piece came out better on the digital version. Now these end slides will show my Works Cited page, which include the sites and videos I used for tips while researching about my digital art. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.